Hello, hello. Welcome to another edition of the Akashic Swan Portal Insights. We're looking at the week of October 25th to 31, which is the final week of October. And this week it completes at the end of the week, which is amazing. There's a lot of energy that is happening, like as we end this period and we're moving into November and December. Of course, we have Halloween and all of the celebrations that stem from the idea, All Hallows Eve, the thinning of the veils. This whole period that we're in right now is one of uh, the veils being super thin, the idea of us busting through illusions or stepping away from what's wrong with this picture to what's right. I'm using the illuminating journey cards that I created with the guidance of the Akashic Records. I'm Jen Duchenne of jenduchenne.com and Akashic Swan Guidance. So just thinking about that idea that as we go into this energy of recognizing the liminality of life, like what we see is not only what there is, and there's many cultures that have celebrations around this idea of connecting to something outside of what is true. Now, for many of us, that we tend to think about it as dead people or dead spirits, but there's also all other kinds of energies that we can connect to. You know, for me, for instance, connecting to the Akashic Records, I can go even deeper in this period, or for people that connect to elementals or any of those types of things. So it's not all about the dead, although it can be, but it's about this idea of retrieving parts of our souls or retrieving a connection to what maybe we think is dead, that we want to reinstate, or maybe we want to let go of, because there is this opportunity to truly step into a higher vibration of our beingness. So let's get started. Card 1, so amazing. This card has appeared, I think, in the last couple of readings. It just keeps showing up. And I find it very interesting. It's showing up as the first card, so it's really important. It's as if the record keepers and these illuminating journey cards are telling us how important it is to set the stage. What is it that we desire? Because what awakens us to the next level of our growth, what allows us to connect to the liminal, and how we connect is kind of what we're looking for, right? Or what we are allowing in. Like what is the thing that is propelling us forward? So for many of us, it can be about what's stopping me, what's wrong with this picture, how do I escape? And this card is coming up repeatedly to remind us that, you know, everything exists that we desire, that we imagine, that can be, right? But it is up to us to see what there is in a way that helps us to move forward. So in this case, with this card coming up, it is a card of abundance. It's a card of everything is possible. So are you seeing the wealth and the potential in your own experience right now, right? Not thinking, oh, if only I got away from this experience, I'd have something different. But what is it within this now that I have, that I can move towards, that I can hold a vision of, that I can allow? What abundance, what beauty, what spirituality, what, experience is available to me. This card calls us to that, and it is, such an abundant card. There is just so much of everything. It is lush and it is inviting, and the figure, whether that's you, your idea, whatever, something else, you could think of the figure as either fishing or waving a magic wand. What are you focused on drawing in? And this seems to be really important now, because it's going to make the difference in how you move forward and what you activate. Because when you believe something is possible, then it makes it easier to do. Or if you just keep going, like, I know I can see this picture in my mind and I'm going to do it. This is very much a soul energy. So whatever shows up in the physical world, may not be what you expect. However, it's about the soul expansion, the soul realization, the ability to be the creator you are in a physical body, in a physical world. So very exciting, because it is showing us that the way forward is dependent on what you're putting your focus on, what you're looking at, what you're seeing, what's the potential. And, that's part of the journey, right? When you're looking at the abundance and knowing that it's yours, or feeling like there is something in the way. And my eye is being caught by the crystal ball up here that has a figure in there. Feels very kind of expansive and calling us to deepen our spiritual natures, if you will. The essence of who we are is, all the things we have that we often do to fulfill ourselves. Are they fulfilling that part of our souls? So that feels like a really important part of the soul portal 24. And then now we have the 11, which is interesting. It's very orange. What's catching my eye, and orange, of course, is the energy of creation. It is this connected to the soul, to the sacral chakra, which is about creation and activating that part of you that believes in your ability to manifest. So the excitement of creation, right, that is generated, the activation of the kundalini, the awakening of self, like the aliveness in self, in order to not only see what's available, but to actually, accept that it's real and go towards it and do the things you need to make it even more real. So with this card, the 11, fascinating, because 11 Soul Portal is very much a card that speaks of allowing the energies of the cosmos to be infused, or to be kind of flown into your senses, to be absorbed as this figure here, open arms, receiving excuse me, receiving the energies of the cosmos through lightning and all this truly energy coming through, flowing through, frequency open, and that snaking down of the kundalini into the earth, putting down roots. It's very much a total kind of soul connection to the earth and an awakening to the senses of self. So this echoes to me what I was talking about in terms of what this card is saying. It's like, yeah, you have to be here, right? You have to be in this place of surrendering to the inner will to kind of activate this. So that energy awakens you to what is true within you, what is true within your soul, what is true within your desire. So again, it's not so much about physical things like I have this and I have that and I want this, although it can manifest as those things, but it's more an awareness of this is who I am. Like I can feel that connection, I can feel the flow of energy, and that allows me to understand this, what I'm seeing, and utilize it in a very different way. And let's see what the third card is. Well, so this is interesting. So we have the 24, right, which is a 6, the 11, which is a master number and comes down to a 2. It's very much about standing on our own 2 feet. And this one 32, which is a 5. And that's interesting. 5 and 6 are 11. So this card is about the healing. And it seems to kind of come off from here. So it's interesting how these two cards, kind of the outer manifestation, are bright and vibrant. And this one is much paler, like the orange is like maybe in the pinks. It's a paler card. It is very much about the internal, even though this one here is in a sense of that. It's realizing the internal, like externalizing the internal realization. And this one is about healing. It is healing your vision. It's about realizing that what you see on the inside, what you allow in the inside, is what impacts the outside, right? And that brings you that ability to see the vision in a different way. Be the visionary, but be the visionary in the sense that it's not just being the visionary, it's activating the capacity within you to be the visionary and then go the next step, which is, you know, this energy here is about salt, and salt is about healing and releasing and letting go, kind of sweating out the illusion. Especially when you see, like here is this portal, this energy into this temple that calls, and yet beneath is there what looks like a reflection, but is truly the deeper level of the temple within, the temple of your knowing. How you see yourself as part of the process. Like if you're seeing that there is things in the way of you getting where you want to go, then that's going to be your reality, right? Not to say that there aren't things that show up, but how you see it and how you handle it allows you to get to the deeper sense of the palace within, the deeper knowing, the sacred within you that reflects something so immensely powerful. That's sacred, that links you to all of who you are and all of what is. It's just perfect for this time of the thinning of the veils. Just thinking about, on one hand, we see things, right? We have this tendency to look at things a certain way, judge them, and say they mean something. And this week is this opportunity to shift that in a really big way. How can you shift kind of your judgment or your limited thinking around what is important to you so that you can actually leap forward? So it's a opportunity to truly take a giant leap towards your own realization of the self that you are. Who am I? What am I here to do? And let me make this simpler for me. Let me see simpler. Let me activate simpler. So a lot more letting go of things that don't have meaning to you, being honest with yourself in a way that maybe you have hesitated because you wanted to fit in, you wanted to look good to the world, which, you know, there's no judgment about that because we all like that. That's what humans do. We have what's the word? Kind of offered the power we have within us in an exchange to be accepted. So we've kind of muted who we are, and now we're in this phase of stepping deeper into what is true so that we are releasing all things that are extraneous. And so that's it. We're going deeper into just being who we are, and that's really good thing. So it helps us to understand. So hopefully that makes sense to you. The seeing of the vision, all that is true and abundant and available, and knowing, yes, this is what I want, or what it is that I see that is open to me. This is how I get here. Realizing the power and allowing this energy to enter me as a soul in a human body, be rooted deeply into the earth. So this is massive communication and connection with your soul being in your body. This is the time with the veil so thin. It's just so perfect. and then going deeper. So to going to the true essence of being connected, feeling connected, knowing the connection, so much so that it shifts the kind of thinking around how you look at the world. A very, very powerful time. And I hope you will enjoy the connecting to that juiciness. It's like making the broth, the bone broth of what is true going forward. It is the essence of our time going ahead. So hopefully that helps you connect deeper, have great realizations, allow yourself to feel and know and be on a much deeper level, because it is safe and it is time. Let me know how you feel. Anything came up for you? I love it when you leave me comments, likes, follows, etc., shares. All of those things are welcome. And I do have a class, a program that's starting on October 31st for the Illuminating Journey cards. It's a certification program. So if you're interested, you can join. It is still open for another couple of weeks. Even though we're beginning, you can join in. You won't miss out. If that's something you're interested in, just reach out and I will see you very soon.